So apparently there was a speech here, cutting off the ceremony. You see what I go on. If first click is a China man. Boy, may I tell you. See what I go on again. Okay. Alright. ECJ. One thing they know if you put out, they know if you spend people tax dollars, you know. They know how to burn up the tax dollars them. They know. You know how much people want food right now and can't get it, but them do them something, yeah? They know if you burn up tax dollars, man. Urban center, ribbon cutting. Why? Big up the artists. Yes. Let me see what you must say now. Hey, I want to, hey, Andrew knows big no blouse and skirts today, no? Me not lie.
The most honorable Prime Minister.
Not honorable.
Doctor the Honorable.
No honorable. No honorable.
America.
No
so
honorable.
far,
no honorable.
Be seated. First, let me start off by giving thanks to God, who has, and we give God thanks for the showers of blessings that He has rained on us. We are not dry weather people. We are resilient people. And we know that God is pleased with what we have done here today. Allow me to thank those who have mastered the ceremony so far, and allow me as well to acknowledge Mr. Fenton Ferguson, representing the Leader of the Opposition, the members of my cabinet who are here. So many of them are here, I could convene a cabinet meeting. His Excellency, the Ambassador of the People's Republic of China, Chen Daozhang. And here I must mention the special effort and support
Embarrassing.
of the Chinese government and the China Harbour Engineering Company, who played a critical role in this development.
Embarrassing.
I must especially acknowledge the members of Parliament who also played a critical liaison role in ensuring that the project went off seamlessly. MP James Robertson for Western St. Thomas and Dr. Michelle Charles for Eastern St. Thomas. Allow me as well to acknowledge our Custos, the Honorable Norma Walters, and our Mayor, Marcia Bennett. Forgive me, Custos Marcia Bennett.
One here, James Roberts, now a while ago. Hey, that government ain't no shame, you know? That government ain't no shame. You mean the same James Robertson, with how much allegation come out pan, but how him a do to people in my center, man? Eh? It's same James Robertson. It's same one.
Embarrassing. He needs some milk.
It's same James Robertson. Andrew calling him proud. Wow. Nerine fix and God left me.
Allow me, Councillor Louis Chin, Mayor of Morant Bay. Now, what can I say about the Honorable Big Ton Shirley? Because it's no more Little Ton anymore. The chairman of the Factories Corporation, who has taken on this project not just for his own professional duty, but he has taken it on as a passion project. This is something that he really wanted to see done, and I commend you, Tani, for the effort that you have put in. Mr. Angus Young, the Chief Executive Officer of the National Commercial Bank Capital Markets Limited, for your partnership in this project. Mr. Dan Granby, country manager of China Harbour Engineering Company, and all the clients and stakeholders of the Morant Bay Urban Centre. But most of all, I want to thank each and every one of you here who has come to witness this moment in history. I want to thank the people of St. Thomas for your patience, for your long suffering and your endurance. Today, we definitively close the chapter of decades of underdevelopment, disinvestment, infrastructural neglect that have long defined a narrative of St. Thomas being the forgotten parish. Today, we emphatically declare that St. Thomas is firmly on the path for the fulfillment of its true vision of a prosperous, growing, fair, and equitable society.
Stop the cap. No bullshit, bro.
Fair, equitable, prosperity. Hold on there. Again, me have to go back to the allegations of James Robertson in a St. Thomas. If the allegations are true, there's nothing fair, there's nothing equitable or prosperous. As a matter of fact, who for vision you talk about? The vision of people in St. Thomas are your vision. And prosperity for who? Who is the prosperity for? Did I just hear the Prime Minister say that a while ago? Did I just hear him say that a while ago? Somebody say, I detest this thing so much. After 9 years, that's all they have to show on Urban Center. Listen to gimmicks. Yo, this a man a comedian. You know, say Prime Minister a comedian. Prime Minister a comedian, bro. Believe. No joke about it.
Today is 160 years since the Morant Bay Rebellion. For many, there is an expectation that for the wrongs that were done to us and our forebears and our ancestors, that there must be reparations. And I believe that there must be reparations. And eventually, inevitably, there will be reparations. We must keep up the fight for reparations. But I also believe
eventually, this a man, yeah, man, I promise you, yeah, man. Eventually, inevitably, keep up the fight for reparation. Not demand, not Florence, how you doing? Nora, salute. Robert Brown, Lloyd Chance, who else I saw? Elga, what's going on? Nicole, big up. Patricia, Nerine. No, inevitably, Mr. Prime Minister. Man, yo, this dude don't stand on nothing. He don't stand on nothing, bruh.
does not only lie on the generations that follow the wrong, in the sense of the generations of those who committed the wrong should right the wrongs of their forebears. It is also incumbent on the generations of the victims to also, in their own actions, in their own achievements, in the decisions they make, to right the wrongs that were visited upon their forebears. In other words, whilst I believe that there must be reparations, I am not going to wait on it. I believe that I have the strength and vigor of my mind and body. I believe I have the agency, meaning the independence to act in my own interest. And I believe I have equal or even greater intellect to use whatever little resources I have to correct the wrongs that were visited on my forebears, so that my children coming won't have to suffer the indignity and the wrongs. And it is in doing that that you are able to stand up as equal to those who have done you wrong in the past. To say, regardless of what you have done to me, see, I have made good with my own two hands. I have pulled myself up from the bootstraps. I have stood up against obstacles. And I have overcome. Today is a day when the people of St. Thomas can say, we
slave master. And something that the slave master saying, pull up your bootstraps. Pull up your bootstraps, man. Although all these systems are set up against you, pull up your bootstraps. No, don't get me wrong. I'm not telling nobody to go through their life and do no blame game. But if you're serious about reparations, there needs to be a plan to get it legally. Court, lawyers, all of that. Yeah, there needs to be a plan to do so. If you're very, very serious about it, you cannot approach it in a linear way. You have to be very meticulous. You get me? But let's hear some more. Let me hear him go with this.
60 years of wrongs and neglect, and we are doing it off and by ourselves with our own resources. That is what it means, my people, to be independent. That is what it means to be independent. I am not an ideologue. I don't believe in any form of ideology other than what makes sense, other than what works, other than what is practical, other than what is fair. And I have conducted myself as your leader in that regard. A decade ago, at a church in this parish, I hosted a town hall meeting called Prosperity Live. Some of you here may have been in that church hall. And a young lady stood up and she said, and I'm paraphrasing her, St. Thomas needs development. For too long, we have neglected the parish. And she used certain examples to demonstrate the neglect. I'll never forget it. She said St. Thomas is the only parish that doesn't have a stoplight. And then she went on to say, St. Thomas don't even have a KFC. Now I am going to send the bill for promotion to KFC because the amount of time that they have been mentioned here. But you get the point, that the people of St. Thomas wanted to see the signs of modernity in their parish. 10 years later, I am able to stand here and say, St. Thomas, I did not forget you. St. Thomas, you are now at the cutting edge, the frontier of new developments in Jamaica. Ground was broken in 2019, but the plan was actually conceived in 2017. And I recall distinctly when we broke ground, there were those disbelievers, as there always are persons who are skeptical, that said it wouldn't happen. There were those who probably secretly wanted it not to happen. But by God's willing and hard work, it has happened. We have a comprehensive development plan for your parish. We started off with the Southern Coastal Highway Improvement Project, a 16 kilometers, 4-lane highway from Harborview to Yallas, and 96 kilometers of improved roadway from Yallas to Port Antonio. All of that together represents approximately $200 million of expenditure. That is about $32 billion spent on improving access through the parish. And
what I notice about this government, they boast a lot about how much money them spending on. And you see, when it comes down to the Auditor General and really being accountable for the money that they do spend and who gets the contract and how was the procurement process, they seem to fall short of these details that is used to find out whether or not money is being stolen or it's being used in the right way. They seem to fall short in those areas. And I find it mighty interesting that they always boast about how much money they spend. We don't care how much, well, we do care how much money you spend. But if you spent it in the right way and you didn't overpay for something, yeah, if you didn't overpay for something, we're okay with that. If you pay the least amount of money for the highest quality of thing, that means you maximize your money. You know, when you go to the shop or you go to the market and you want some good looking apples and some good looking yam and some good looking dasheen and potato and some tomato and some lettuce will look good. We still have some little worm where touch upon it, say you know, say a good lettuce, but them still look good enough for you can go some ups and eat, and them not fake and them organic. But when you go there, you find the best person with the best price. That's what procurement is all about. So you telling us that you spend all of this money. That not saying anything to us, sir. Alright? Come, it come with them, I pass with them vehicle and I promote them thing on the roadside there. But me have to turn it on God too much nice. But anyway, what I'm saying is, you telling us that you have spent all of this money. It's not impressive. We're not impressed by the amount of money you spend. You know why? Because it's our money. It's not your money. You didn't sacrifice. What we want to know about is if you spent it in the right way and in the honest way and the way and in the transparent way and in the way of integrity. And so far, your government has fallen short in the integrity aspect. There's trillions of dollars that is unaccounted for. Trillions, not millions, not billions, trillions. And recently there was another report from the Auditor General about fertilizers. Right? Hundreds of thousands of fertilizers will cost 54 million or billion Jamaican dollars. So we're not impressed that those fertilizers we cannot account for whether or not it went to the people that it's supposed to go to, or did it go to your friends and the people that are specifically labor-right. So I mean, we're not impressed until you can operate with transparency. Everything you do as the Prime Minister in the next 90 days is going to be under scrutiny. Heavy scrutiny. You understand? 119 no longer supports. Somebody texts me and say 119 no longer supports JLP after his arrest. People, 119 don't come red are independent. Let's continue. We can't bother.
it wasn't all road access for Cedar Valley as well and other roads leading off. And it wasn't just roads. We also put in water, we put in sewage, and we also laid the conduits and cables for broadband internet to come to this parish. We have built this Morant Bay Urban Center at a cost of 6 billion Jamaican dollars. We have built the Yalas Fire Station at a cost of 163 million Jamaican dollars. We have upgraded the Acadia and Port Morant Health Center at a cost of 37 million Jamaican dollars. Not to mention the whole heap of social housing that we have given in the parish, and today I'll be handing over about 6 more. And we're not stopping yet, because there is much more to be done. Much, much more. We have 13.5 acres of land in proximity to this development. And I want you to look out for it, because I intend to come to the first festival or stage show that is kept there. When Gramps and the Morgan family is performing, when Popcorn, as Prime Minister, of course, what do you think? I intend to be there to hear Tonian sing. Sing. I'm not going to do any singing today. But
please, Andrew Honest. Strawberry Coin, how you doing? Please don't sing. Andrew Honest, please don't sing. Just please. Thank you. Don't think about singing ever again. Alright? Just leave that to Marky G and the Mrs. Nita Garvey. Just please. Thank you. Don't even joke about it. It's not funny. Just don't sing. Alright? Thank you. You have no rhythm. Listen, just don't. Thank you.
13.5 acres of land into a multi-purpose entertainment and sports facility that is going to be the envy of other parishes.
What the Virginia name? Assassin good over evil any day. I can't understand why people are here listening to lies from this man promises. Alright, so the people that are actually there in front of him, I can understand why you can't understand why they are listening to him. Alright? Yes, Linden Green is totally tone deaf. But guess what? I, as a vlogger or as a content creator, I have to listen to these things, you know. Right? And then I have to, for the people that are out there that are still blind, I have to listen to it and show them, yo, that's a lie. This don't make any sense. You get it? Yes, so for those that are so incensed at the Prime Minister and who just cannot listen to him anymore, trust me, I understand. I have those days where you don't even want to look at him anymore. You don't even want to see him because you understand how wicked this government is. Trust me, I get it. So just understand that that's where you are at, but there's still work to be done. Because you see, if we take our foot off the pedal, they have a machine that they use called the mainstream media, that they spin everything. And for the persons that are not really locked into the politics, but when politics time come around and them they know when election are gonna call, that's the time when them start to listen stuff. Those people are gonna be tricked by the Prime Minister and his machinery. Those people are going to be believing the lies that he's telling. And this is why it is important for content creators like myself and others that debunk the lies that he tells. Yes? And questions the approach that they are using, because it's only when it's near election you see everything start to happen. But after election and them done trick who them for trick and win, everything go back to status quo and them start to full up back them pocket again. Right? Isn't that what we've been used to with politicians over the years? Yes. So this is important what I'm doing, alright? Wilbert Cameron said, Wagwan Bolo, this brother is the master of PR, and the worst thing about this place, it now go open before October or December. Shake my head, wickedness. So you're telling me that this ribbon cutting, which We have seen him do this already. The ribbon cut somewhere and then it's not active in months. It don't open in months. How do you cut the... No, seriously. How you cut somewhere? How you cut the ribbon for somewhere and it don't active? How does that work? How does that work? Yo, man. And they do it so many times.
Project is not yet finished.
So many times.
Because the extension of 10 acres of new buildings for micro and small businesses in St. Thomas, right here, right on the center. And we are not just thinking for 5 years, we are thinking for the next 50 years. This urban center is going to grow. And so we are taking the steps necessary to ensure that we have access to lands around the urban center to secure its future expansion. We are very happy that we can bring a university to the parish. We are very happy that the Heart Trust is going to be here, not just as an administrative office, but they will have the training facilities here as well. When I heard the announcement that PICA will be here, a lot of noise went up for them. That's the Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency, JPS, NWC, the National Housing Trust, the Jamaica Information Service, all kinds of government entities are going to be here. So the people of St. Thomas don't have to travel to Kingston to be connected with their government. They can come right here. Oh, did I mention that the tax office will be here as well? But while I'm very proud of this building, which is your municipal head office, your parish council head office building, I'm also very proud of the courthouse. And there's a reason. You see, a part of the spark for the Morant Bay Rebellion was that the small farmers, the children of the former enslaved who worked the fields, trying to do their little business, they couldn't get justice. They were occupying lands, and the plantation owners didn't want them to become subsistent farmers. So they did all kinds of things to undermine their occupation of the land, so that they had to come back to the plantation to work. And therefore, even if as freedmen they would go to plead their case in court, they couldn't get any justice, because the administration of the court system was also a part of the planter class. And that created a sense of injustice in the society, and that boiled over into the rebellion. So it is very symbolic that we are going to be putting right here the most modern court facility in Jamaica, and possibly indeed in the Caribbean, right here in the Morant Bay Urban Center.
They promised them a load up, you know. Hey, you know, say election close, you know. Hey, they promised them a load up here, man.
Going to be building out medical facilities. And this will host 25 specialized units, ranging from general practitioners, pediatricians, neurologists, orthopedic surgeons, you name it. And we will also have a facility for accident and emergency and urgent care.
How much you must pay that man there for hold the umbrella over him? Hey brother, you now have the umbrella over your head, you know. And you hold umbrella over on Jones' head. How much you must pay you? I hope you must pay you very, very well. I hope you live in a gated community. I hope your family is secure. You understand? I hope you have one of them big vehicles where you can manage your patrol them in Jamaica. I hope do the water in your pipe. E. coli water, sorry. You understand? I hope your kids them get best level of education. I hope your hospital where there are going good. And you have beds in there and ambulance. You understand? And equipment necessary for all operation. I just hope that these are the things that is going on for you, my brother. I see a whole umbrella overhead for rain. I mean, ain't saying resilient, so no rain can't stop him. You understand? Your head ball like for me, you know, so you better cover your head, no boss. At least I'm out here for a female. Alright? I just wanted to say that.
Access to healthcare in St. Thomas. We are laying the foundation, my friends, for a new economy in this parish. And I want you to pay attention to that mission. We are not going to create prosperity without creating an economy. And to create the economy, you have to build infrastructure. Because it is the infrastructure that creates the platform on which people can do business and generate profit and satisfy demand. This lovely facility here, this very convenient facility here, well designed and well laid out, this is going to create the new economy that will generate the new wealth for the parish. Not just for people who are already rich, but for every single person in St. Thomas. This will be generating the prosperity that you have always wished for.
What is the name of this this ceremony? It is the Morant Bay Urban Center ribbon cutting ceremony. So an urban center is going to do all of this. Guys, you know, I wish I was following politics 9 years ago when the Prime Minister just got into power. Because I think I would be one of the catalysts to hold them accountable. Because you see, I'm a kind of person that I hold you to your word, you know. Never you promise me something and don't fulfill it. I will never forgive you. You will never get my vote again. Andrew HOLNESS has done enough for me to owe me thin skin. Andrew HOLNESS say in a 100 days, he might go do this, this and this. And I don't see him do any of it that he promised. After that, he can't promise me nothing again, you know. Me not no sense, man. Me stern with my thing, man. They don't promise me things and no follow up, man. It don't matter who you be, politician, you are female. If you promise me something and you don't fulfill it, just remember some me tell us me mark you down as that type of person. And there's nothing you can do to come out of that category of that type of person. You're not a person of your word. You understand what I'm saying? And the amount of times that he has gotten the opportunity to fulfill that 100-day promise. Even though one of the promises that he made was, you know, we're going to have a fixed election. Look at us now. Wondering when is election. After 9 years. We still a wonder. Our 5 years. And when he made the 100-day promise. Somebody correct me about that. When did he make the 100-day promise? Was it in Florence? Oh, you know, so we can't say that. Lord have mercy. When I go on body night chat. We can't repeat that. I can't repeat that. Y'all trying to get me in trouble, man. God damn. Can't repeat that one then. We're not get too personal with them thing. I don't know nothing about them personal business in terms of who them are sleep with. I don't know nothing about that. So I'm not get involved in that part. But he had a lot of opportunity because he's been criticized about the 100 days and he hasn't done anything about it. So with that said, what is there in terms of his modus of operandi, his way of doing things, for us to say, yo, we believe him that he's going to do these things that he's saying now? There's absolutely nothing. There's no onus, there's no foundation to stand on to believe anything that comes out of this man's mouth. He has no credibility, none whatsoever. In my book, I don't know about Bolo, but in my book, him don't have none. I'm telling you that right now.
Important point to note, however, is that This development is not only going on in St. Thomas. We have already started the Boundbrook Urban Center. So the people of Portland will be experiencing this kind of joy to see the restructuring and redevelopment of their parish, to see the creation of a new economy in their parish. We have started to acquire lands in Negril because the town of Negril is growing rapidly and it needs its own urban center. In Portmore, we are looking at a project in Portmore that we are going to be calling the Jamaican Silicon Valley.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap. No bullshit, bro.
Hey, who mans is this? Oh, mans is this?
Ball out! Whoa, yeah, yeah, yeah. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament. Shift the election. Shift everything. Remove them out there. Take out the cockroach. Take out the thief. Take out the criminal them. Take out the thief them. Take out the murderer them. Take out the gang leader them. Out of parliament. Take them out from Portland. Take them out. I hear Portland. Me I go to Portland. Why me I travel to Portland? Take out somebody, man or woman.
Yo, Silicon Valley, bro. I mean, that sounds good enough. Does he know what Silicon Valley is? Jamaica, alright. Listen, this man has he knows what to say. I have to give him that. He knows exactly what to say. Alright? But Silicon Valley, bro, please, people in the audience, I need you to go and research Silicon Valley. I need you to go and research the infrastructure. I need to go and research the technology, the education. I need you to go and look at all of that. And then I want you to make an assessment for yourself. If you believe that this man is promise of making this area Silicon Valley, or whatever I'm just saying, is possible in the next 50 years. I'm telling you, on this current trajectory that we're on, with education where it's at and all of that, if you believe that we can reach Silicon Valley level in a film lifetime, I don't know what you're smoking. I don't know if you're smoking. I don't know if you're putting stuff in your arm. I don't know what you're doing. But this man has lost his God-given mind, and the devil attacked to him. Man can't lie, some man. He believe he wanna lie them. Him really said that to do a straight face. Let me play that back. Hold on. Let me play that back.
To see the creation of a new economy in their parish. We have started to acquire lands in Negril because the town of Negril is growing rapidly and it needs its own urban center. In Portmore, we are looking at a project in Portmore that we are going to be calling the Jamaican Silicon Valley.
He's calling the project the Jamaican Silicon Valley. Yo, no disrespect to Portmore. Love y'all. When you know say Portmore and my people in there Portmore. Not for my family there Portmore. Listen to me. There's nowhere in Jamaica right now that is anywhere I'm talking about continents away from being a Silicon Valley. Him shouldn't even call it that. It's so misleading. Not even calling enough to call it. I said, go do the research about Silicon Valley. But don't talk. I not say nothing more. Go do the research. Now say nothing more.
In its development state, it's the Nagohead Integrated Business Center, and that center will be the largest project undertaken by the FCJ. It will span 1 million square feet. That would be about 2 times the size of this project. Minister Vaz pointed out to me.
Alright, you know, I'm not going to suffer no more. We're not going to go no further with him promise them. I just want to put it in a one little bit of context. Because I say, it's a bag of promise him come with right now back at one another. Because this is an urban center you don't build. So he come with a bag of promise. If I miss something, so let me hear this. Hold on there.
Serving some of the... And I'm certain that the children of this parish will be very happy to be able to use those buses. And of course, those buses will be free of cost to them in terms of bus fare. On more than 3,000 acres of land, which will give both accessible, affordable and low-income housing and middle and upper-income housing.
The PMP come out with a plan for low-income housing. When you realize that the people them really want low-income housing. When you see how the people have reacted to the housing plan of the PMP. So you have 3,000 acre land now in this area where you talk about, where we can get low-income housing and middle and high. So you still not let go off of the high and the middle. You still have facilitate the people that don't need any facilitation. There's a lot of high income housing all over Jamaica. If people really want to spend their money for some things like that. Yes. The people that are suffering the most is the poor. But you're still not leaving them out. You understand? You're still not leaving them out. You're still giving them an option. Why you don't use the 3,000 acre land for poor income housing? Because there's so much poor in Jamaica. You're still not let go for them. And the PMP plan I'm mashing up. So when I try to balance on the thing now, when I never want to do it before. The PMP put in one corner. Mighty God. No, ladies and gentlemen, before I exit stage left from this live stream, let me make this point. Since 2016, HOLNESS made a promise. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. It has been 8 years. Alright, it has been 8 years. I'm going to say 8 years. Alright, so 8 years. 8 times 365. It has been 2,900 and approximately 20 days since HOLNESS has made the 100-day promise. And it's yet to be fulfilled. So these projects, these urban projects that he's talking about, if we were to use a ratio mathematically and how long those projects would take, if you take him 100, if you take him 2,920 days, if you have simple look changing of the date to be fixed. That is something where you can just write on one pen and write your signature on it up. It's very, very easy. It took him, still not do it yet. It's almost 3,000 days, if not 3,000 days. So these projects will take around 20 years. 25 years. Yeah, man. Them projects are going to take about 25 years for done. You see how long Cornwall Regional Hospital take? And I refurbish them, I refurbish it. And they move from $2 billion to $13+ billion. Huh? And them still at tell we soon see them we are 3 months away from an inevitable lock off of them government. Because they can't in a 90-day time them out. Legally them out. And I just want to remind the people of Jamaica, Please don't fall for the okie doke. It appears that they want to cause civil unrest in Jamaica. And so we have seen multiple violations of police brutality on the people of Jamaica all over Jamaica. Alright? Please stay calm. Pray and go on the knee. Hey, you have some dangerous psalms you can read and proverbs. You don't need to talk to you warrior them, you know. You prayer warrior them, you know. You have some dangerous psalms and something you can read, man. You see your enemy them? No weapon formed against God's children shall prosper, you know. Only need to go in a sackcloth and prayer. I mean, I tell you, you see some people violate my mother and you know pretty. You know pretty rich, you know, when my mother bawl tears and cry to God. You know pretty for them. And my mother not touch nobody. Some people lie upon my mother and I tell her say, yo, right now them in a problem. Tell good lie upon my mother, you know. Dangerous lie, you know. And my mother pray, and that is it. And my mother left them to God. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to everybody have to go down on their knee harder in the next upcoming 90 days and pray the good prayer them. God, this man on the screen and film cronies them now move right. You understand? You see all the territory of the alleged, what them call them, the people them where they in the force where them say are the contractual arrangements, so to speak. Yeah man, and pray upon them too, man. Cause remember say we them a kill off, you know. I want me say we the citizens of Jamaica. You feel me I deal with? Yeah, nobody now got a court. I be a maker them a meet. So the police them a increase the crime rate in Jamaica. While them a cut ribbon and talk about urban development and Silicon Valley. Like so we not have real issues a go on. You remember the young lady them down a sentence side from UK where the police them abuse. You don't see what go on in the Guardian? The JFJ protests has reached the Guardian. It is now international news, ladies and gentlemen. You understand? It is now international news that Jamaican for Justice cry for body worn cameras is out there. Cooking with Elaine, how you doing? So good to see you. You said not hearing you clearly. You're supposed to hear me clearly now though. Supposed to hear me clearly now. You guys must be here. Your words are not coming through clearly. What? Hold up, wait a minute. Hold on. I'm breaking up. What? I shouldn't be breaking up though.
Power off.
Turn off this. Hold on. Will I hear me better now? My check. How's the sound? Yo. Can you hear me? Look like me internet a drop or something, alright. Splash, did you big up? People, you can hear me? Are you guys hearing me clearly? What are they? You see, you gone on the road? Lord have mercy, man. I'm going to make a call. You sound fine to me? Okay, wonderful. I don't know, maybe it's their internet. Alright, so the sound up? Alright, good. I'm supposed to go there now, yeah. Let me know what you think about that to the Prime Minister, yeah, man.